much lighter, and so the use for water might be less, and we can probably see less people having negative effects from the sun and the general atmosphere. But it's really a beautiful atmosphere down here. We're not seeing many of the patrons as yet because the rain has had something to do with that. But before we actually have the arrival of the parade, we can do a short preliminary as to what people can expect here. We know we have the Made in Grenada show that is on, where people are going to those booths and they're looking at the products made here in Grenada. There are quite a number of activities. So we are about to, and we are the host for the military side of it, while the cultural events and other activities will be happening after the military parade. So we are inviting you, everyone where you are. I would say stay tuned, stick to your television. We promise you a very, locally nice parade, one that will be memorable, one that is preparing the stage for 50. So Mr. Douglas, we're here. The parade is about to commence. They are formed up at Melville Street, we understand. What is your take? What is the expectation? What people can really look forward to this morning?
Well, one of the highlights of Independence Parade every year is the trooping of the band, and this year the activity is heightened a bit. It's going to be a little more than the usual work with the mace by the drum major. He has a little surprise in store for us.
Okay, that's nice.
So that is one of the highlights. There's also a display by the Coast Guard and SSU units of the parade. That too is something to look forward to. We have, as usual, the Commissioner's Challenge Trophy for the best drilling platoon, and that usually generates some interest. Interestingly, we have some foreigners assisting us with judging that competition this morning.
Yeah.
So those are some of the highlights of the parade.
It's really interesting to note the initiative of, I think it's the Commissioner's Challenge Trophy for the best at drill.
Yes.
There was some intent to have the public's opinion, the public judging of this one, but I think the technological facility did not avail itself for this one, so we're having on-scene judges who will judge the best on parade. We know obviously that the cadets are very keen contenders.
Yes, they are.
We've also seen the Her Majesty's Prison, or His Majesty's Prison.
His Majesty's Prison. They have won it as well.
They have won it before.
Yes.
And we've seen, I think over the years, marked improvement because of this competition. The RGPF platoons, we have a male platoon, we have a female platoon.
Yes.
We do have the Coast Guard that is there as well, and they, I think,
and the SSU.
And the SSU.
Yes. So
they form the major units.
Yes, 4 platoons from the RGPF, one from the prison service, and one from the Grenada Cadet Corps. Those form the 6 armed platoons on parade this morning.
Oh, okay. Yes. Any idea as to what really is the incentive for the best at the drilling on parade today? Any idea?
I think it's just an initiative the Commissioner came up with in order to encourage the platoons to do a good job at their drills.
Yeah, okay, great. But I understand, I think in conversation he did indicate that there is some monetary awards for the best as well. I think this year they've included $500 for the winners.
Yes, that is quite correct.
And that $500, it would be embedded within that trophy. So the ones lifting that trophy will have to lift the $500, and yes, they would go off as the winners of the parade. That is also very, very interesting.
In addition, Mr. McIntyre, the name of the winning platoon will be inscribed on a plate on that trophy.
Right. So
it's a challenge trophy. I have not had information as to whether you can own that trophy after winning a certain number of times.
Right.
That I will have to inquire about. But of course, we have been informed that the name of the winning platoon will be inscribed on it.
Great. And our judges, as you indicated, comes from regional, the Regional Security System, RSS. One judge is from there, and we have 2 former superintendents of police very drilled, very astute, very knowledgeable in that process. They would form the judges' corps.
Yes.
For this.
Yes. So if I am to give you the names, the judges, they are Mr. Cheryl Dean. He's warrant officer from the RSS headquarters. Then we have retired Inspector Dunbar Belfon. Sorry, retired Superintendent Dunbar Belfon, and retired Assistant Superintendent Doyle Stanislaus. And
Great.
of course, ASP Stanislaus has been the 4th Sergeant Major for a significant number of years before he retired, and also he has served as drill instructor at the training school, even outside of when he was the 4th Sergeant Major.
Viewers, followers, everyone, within the diaspora, locally, you are witnessing we are about to commence the military parade down here at the National Stadium, Kirani James National Stadium in Grenada. Welcome to every one of you. We ask you to stay tuned to your television sets. Those of you who are listening to us on radio, you're following us online. It is, again, an overcast day down here at the National Stadium. We are hoping that everything will be on time. We are expecting the parade to arrive here just in a few minutes.
Yes.
And that will be followed. If you can give us an idea as to what the arrival is intended to be, who we can expect here, and what is likely to follow when the parade comes into this arena.
Okay, so our official arrival this morning will be the Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Cecile La Grenade, the Prime Minister, Honorable Deacon Mitchell, and the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Edwin Matty.
Right.
So those are the officials on parade this morning.
Right. So the commissioner would be the first person to arrive.
Yes.
And obviously he'll be followed by the commissioner, by the Prime Minister, and then Her Excellency. So what can we expect as you gave us a sneak peek into the Drum Major's performance? That's the trooping of the police band.
Yes.
Over the years, we've had lots of innovation. There is a young officer within the police band. Every year you can look forward for something different. I was part of the PT Matnik and the Carriacou commemoration of the 49th year of independence, and he had some innovation there as well. So our viewing public could look forward to some aspect of that. What is the anticipation? What is the build-up? What is running through your mind? What can people look forward? What would you want to create in people's mind as an expectation for the drum trooping this morning?
Well, if I'm to answer you in one word, Mr. McIntyre, I would say excitement.
Excitement, okay.
As you said, there has been lots of innovations throughout the years, and this year is no exception. As I said earlier, he has something in store for us. It's a little secret, so you get to know it when you see it. I'm not allowed to let the cat out of the bag.
I like that kind of anticipation.
Yes.
But over the years, we've had other people have done that. We've had, I remember, Inspector, what his name? Alexander he was.
Yes.
He was also called Suction as a local name. And then we had Raymond Matthew, the Beast, who carried that mace as well. Anything you wanna say in terms of their era, how they contributed to this process, and how we have seen the RGPF evolving, the police band evolving into this kind of innovation? I know in the past the police officers were not involved so much in some of the more liberal dancing and all of that, and we've seen a bit of that happening. What would you say then in that era to now marks a difference, or has the police modified any of it?
Yes, well, as you indicated, there has been some innovations added to the movements of the drum major, and that has changed not just in Grenada but throughout the region. I've looked at Trinidad, for example. It's a similar style that is adopted there, and the drum major does similar things. The advantage now, as opposed to back then in the times of Mr. Alexander and Mr. Matthew, is that as you said, they were not as liberal as we are now. Drills were expected to be strictly formal drills, and the dancing and so forth were not included. So now it's easier to be a lot more dynamic with the movements, because you can add just about any movement that you choose, so long as it's not unacceptable.
Yes. And sometimes maybe innovation may become unacceptable, but that will be dealt with afterwards. But I don't think we've ever had any situation where anyone's attitude or delivery of their presentation became unacceptable. And that is something that is encouraged. People are expected to flow, you allow the talent to roll, and then you channel it into getting the best result. People's response, I think, people's enjoyment, people's participation is critical to enjoying the celebrations, the commemoration of independence. Now, the journey towards 50. The midnight on the night of February 6, 1973, getting into the morning of 1974 and the years following. I mean, you are a young man, you've seen many Independence Parade, you've participated in lots of them and so on. What can you say that you've followed as a trend, a build-up, a change in the parade construct, and what people always look forward to at Independence celebrations?
Where the parade as a whole is concerned, there has not been much change in the format. Majority of changes that we see revolve around the drum majors activities. The parade has traditionally been the march past, the detonation, the shooting of the band, and so forth. Some years we have a display by some units, other years we don't. It has been that way throughout the years that I can recall Independence Parade.
Yeah. So viewers, once more, we just wish to remind you that we are broadcasting live here from the Kiwani James Athletic Stadium in Grenada. For those of you following us online via the World Wide Web, especially those of you in the major diaspora across the world, North America, Europe. We do have a diaspora in Africa. We do have a smaller diaspora in Germany as part of the European. And so
we know in Asia as well.
And we know we are in Asia as well. So we just want to encourage you to stay viewing. We are in great anticipation of the 49th anniversary of Grenada's independence. Remember, we are journeying to 50. We are reflecting on the past, and we are planning for the future. And we are hoping that at 50, the build-up will start obviously in the 49th, and so you can have a memorable independence celebration for Grenada's half century. Mr. Douglas, I recall a few independence celebration. There was more participants. You saw a lot of the scouts, the Girl Guides, Pathfinders, a lot of these ancillary groups and so supporting independence. I can recall as well there were a few military parades where there was the innovations or the input of the fire department, some of the specialized units. You had the K9 unit, I remember at one time. You had the Outriders, the motorcycle unit. You had some of the special vehicles and items within the police system on parade. Do you think that could be a look forward for the 50th anniversary of Grenada's independence?
Yes, certainly. I believe that the 50th anniversary is going to be a big shebang, as we see. The commissioner and the other persons involved in the planning, I'm sure, are going to want to put everything out there, all that we have on show. So the only thing I think we may not get that we've seen in the past is the paratroopers landing. I don't think we have, or maybe I should not speak so fast.
Maybe we might be able to just attract them.
Yes,
to be here for that.
But outside of that, I believe most, if not all, of the things that have been involved or included in the parade before, we're likely to see some of them. next year. Yes.
Absolutely. As you mentioned the paratroopers, I recall one year we were on parade here, and paratrooping is an art, it's a skill, and it also depends on the wind, the atmosphere, and directions and all of that. I remember one year there was, I think, an unexpected wind swirl, and one of the paratroopers actually landed almost, I remember the troops having, I don't know if you were there at that parade, where the parade had to move for the landing of that paratrooper.
Yes, I was there. I was there when that happened. I recall one landed somewhere in the sea.
Yes, they did.
At one point, one landed on the roof of the stadium.
Right.
And things of that sort. So,
sorry.
So, yes, we have seen those things happening. In any case, the paratrooping is really a feature that everyone loves.
Yes, and we are hoping for what it would, that we can have either the Americans, the Venezuelans who have been participating most in that form of it, that we can really bring it back for our 50th anniversary of independence. So as we speak, Mr. Douglas, we understand that the parade is on its way. Our drone unit that is here, we would want to speak of them a bit more later on, but they're on the ball. They have been doing caption of this event. It's an added innovation to broadcasting, to imaging, and to providing information to members of the general public. So we understand that the parade is not far away. Is there anything that you would want to say in terms of where likely they might be and where they're likely to be entering, or is that kept a secret that the patrons here can have just that kind of unexpected look forward?
I cannot say at this point exactly which of the gates they're going to be entering. I believe there has been a slight change sometime this morning as to where the parade forms up. And I am not sure whether that also involves where they enter. On some occasions they have entered from the gate farthest from us. On other occasions they've entered from the one right next to us. So we have to wait and see which one of those they will be using this morning. But either way, it's going to be a great show this morning.
What really does it take to get to parade day, that military parade? There is a build-up. There is what people see on parade did not happen the day before.
Certainly.
There's a build before that. What processes are involved in getting troops, organizations ready to give that spectacle that people normally would see on February 7th?
Well, first of all, it takes significant planning. The celebrations committee would sit and put plans in place, and from there the police will get its cue as to what is expected. And within the force itself, significant planning and preparation. A significant number of rehearsals have to take place in order to get the officers up to speed with where they're supposed to be on parade day. As you would know, Mr. McIntyre, officers are bogged down at this moment in time with duties.
Right.
And there isn't a lot of time for officers to get involved in drills and so on routinely. So in preparation for parades, we will have several rehearsals where minor issues that may pop up in terms of precision and so forth will be addressed, and to get everyone ready. Uniforms. It's not something that I like saying, but it's a fact that sometimes officers change their size. So our tailor shop has a lot of work to do to prepare ceremonial uniforms for all the officers on parade. And I am proud to say that all our uniforms are made by the police tailor shop.
And I want you to stick a pin right there. Sometimes we do not speak of Grenada's expertise, we do not speak enough about Grenada's talent. Sometimes we do not speak enough about the people who contribute to the process. I think, as you mentioned, our tailors, They have been doing that for many, many years. I think they are contributing significantly to the gross domestic product in terms of what Grenada can produce and what Grenada's expenditure and income happens to be.
Of course.
Because if they are producing it, obviously it's going to cost less. And that we must commend for. And we have seen, I'm sure you would agree with me that the turnout is really immaculate. The uniforms are crisp. It is cut to fit most time. As we speak again, we can hear the sounds of the drums in the distance. I am sure this is an indication that the parade is very close. We would want to speak a little bit about the coverage of that. I know the police has what you call the coverage of it through drones. The police, I understand, have this very specialized unit that we're going to speak about that's carrying coverage of this event. So let me just say to you, listeners and viewers, if you have not been to the bathroom, there's not enough time to do that. If you are in the kitchen, it's a good time to leave the kitchen. If you have any other chores that you plan to have done, it's a good time to suspend that, because the troops are about to enter this arena where they are going to be engaged in a wonderful parade, military parade and display. So you don't want to shift your dial. You don't want to move from where you are. You want to stay tuned to us and listen to what we bring to you from right here at the Grenada James National Stadium, Grenada, Caribbean, West Indies. So talk to us a little bit before they enter. What about the individuals who are selected to be on the parade itself? How do you go about identifying individuals who they come out and they perform with a level of dexterity and that kind of agility and precision? What takes them up to that level? How are they identified? Is every police officer capable of performing that drill activity? Is every prison officer, is every cadet? What is the selection process that you can get the best that we would see on an Independence Parade?
So one of your questions was whether every police officer is capable, and the answer to that question is yes. Every police officer is trained in drills as part of their initial training. You may have some officers who may have certain issues, medical and otherwise, that may hinder them participating in the parade. But outside of that, any police officer on any given parade or on any given year can be selected to be on the parade.
And that too is also great. We for over the years, when the colors are being trooped, there's a salute to the nation, and then there is this loud explosion that goes off, the 21 gun salute. We would pause for this moment, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, listeners, followers, as we give you and bring to you the entry of the military parade, greatly anticipated 49th anniversary celebration, commemoration of Grenada's independence from 1974 to 2023.
So, Mr. McIntyre, before we start with the on-site commentary, narration, I would like to inform our viewers and listeners that you may hear things that you've heard before, because we are now going to be speaking for the benefit of the persons who are at the National Stadium. So please bear with us if you hear things being repeated, because they did not have the advantage of hearing what you heard before. Ladies and gentlemen, turn it back on. Ladies and gentlemen, a very pleasant Independence.
High wind velocity. Fly with caution. High wind velocity.
Independence.
Fly with caution.
Of course, the theme for this year's Independence celebrations is the journey to 50, reflecting on the past, planning for the future. As usual, you will be witnessing some spectacles this morning. As I like saying, I do not want to let things out of the bag, but just letting you know that you're in for some great excitement. In official attendance this morning will be the Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade.
They're coming. They're entered.
Okay, and the parade has begun entering the parade ground.
High wind velocity. Fly with caution.
Currently under the command of the Force Sergeant Major, Sergeant Alon Noel. Your platoons this morning. Platoon number 1, drawn from the Special Services Unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Platoon number 2, the Royal Grenada Police Force regular. Platoon number 3, Royal Grenada Police Force regular female. Platoon number 4 is drawn from the Grenada Coast Guard unit. Number 5, Grenada Prison Services. Yeah. Platoon number 6 is drawn from the Grenada Cadet Corps. And those are the armed platoons on parade this morning. We're seeing the St. John's Ambulance Brigade as the first unarmed unit.
Walk forward a little.
They are followed by the Pathfinders, followed by the Girl Guides. So those are the unarmed units on parade this morning. So the Force Sergeant Major will address the parade in 2 ranks in preparation for the inspection. As I began indicating, our official this morning will be that of the Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade, the Prime Minister, Honorable Deacon Mitchell, and the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Edwin Martin. Of course, we have on parade as well the Royal Grenada Police Force Band, and they are providing the musical accompaniment for the parade. As the platoons take their positions on the parade ground, they will be halted by the drums. And of course, that is one of the beautiful parts of the parade.
High wind velocity. Fly with caution.
You have just witnessed the platoons forming 2 ranks from 3, and the 4th Sergeant Major is in the process of dressing the parade.
High wind velocity. Fly with caution.
Having dressed the parade in 2 ranks, the 4th Sergeant Major will soon hand over the parade to the parade adjutant.
High wind velocity. Fly with caution.
The parade adjutant has taken command of the parade. The platoons are currently under the command of the second in charge of the individual platoons.
High wind velocity. Fly with caution. High wind velocity. Fly with caution.
commanders of the various platoons are now taking their positions at the front of their respective platoons, while the second in command retreat to the rear of the platoons.
High wind velocity. Fly with caution.
General salute! Present arms!
The parade commander has commanded the color party to take its position on the parade. Of course, a general salute is given to our colors, consisting of the national flag and the Royal Grenada Police Force flag. The parade is now standing at ease as we await the parade commander to take charge of his parade.
Morning, sir. Assistant Superintendent of Police voting for parade for the 49th year of Grenada independence. Parade comprised of 6 armed units and several unarmed units. We are all dressed, ready, and awaiting your instruction, sir. Thank you.
Landing.
As the parade commander takes command of the parade, the adjutant will take his position to the right of the parade.
Taking off.
At this point, we await the first official arrival, that of the that of the Commissioner of Police. To let you know of the assignments for the parade this morning. Our parade commander, Superintendent the actor, Assistant Superintendent, Platoon number 1, the Special Services Unit, is under the command of Assistant Superintendent
High wind velocity. Fly with caution.
the second in command of
Yeah.
I think you work from here, so.
Yes. My apologies for the short break.
I'll bring the chair back. I'll bring it back.
The second in command of the Special Services Unit is Sergeant K. Andrew. Platoon number 2 is under the command of ASP Michael Pursew. His second in command, Inspector Donald Gilbert. Platoon number 3, female, is under the command of Assistant Superintendent Maureen Stanislaus. Her
Reaching
second in
maximum
command
altitude.
is Sergeant Michelle Bideau. Platoon number 4, the Coast Guard unit, is under the command of
High wind
Assistant
velocity.
Superintendent Watson
Fly
Edwards,
with caution.
assisted by Inspector Wilbur Francis. Platoon number 5, Grenada Prison Services, is under the command of Inspector E. Finley. His second in command, Sergeant L. McLeod. Platoon number 6, Grenada Cadet Corps. We are now witnessing, ladies and gentlemen, the arrival of the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Edwin Martin. Let's welcome him. The Commissioner of Police was met by Superintendent Randy Connaught, who is the administrative officer responsible for administration of the Royal Grenada Police Force. To continue with the assignments, The platoon from the Grenada Cadet Corps is under the command of Captain J. McBurney, and his assistant is Under Officer K. Blackman. Sergeant Kellon Noel is the Force Sergeant Major, and he is assisted by Constable K. Phillip. The police band is under the command of Inspector Ethan Francis and the drum major, Constable Gregory McLean. The color party, Inspector J. Francis is carrying the national flag, and he is escorted by Sergeant A. Panchu, while the RGPF flag is borne by Inspector R. Nelson,
Wind velocity.
escorted by
Fly with
Sergeant
caution.
K. Noel. For the hoisted flags, we have Sergeant R.
Wind
Henry,
velocity.
responsible
Fly with
for the
caution.
#1 state flag, assisted by Constable J. Roberts. Sergeant C. Campbell is responsible for the #2 state flag. Sergeant A. Thomas has responsibility for the Governor General's flag, while Sergeant K. Williams is responsible for the police flag. This year again, as we've seen in the past 2 or so years, we will have the Commissioner's Challenge Trophy for the best drilling platoon. The platoon winning that competition will receive a cash prize of $500, and the name of the platoon will be
High
inscribed
wind velocity.
on
Fly with caution.
the challenge
High
trophy.
wind velocity. Fly with caution.
As is usual, ladies and gentlemen, you can look forward to some great spectacles as part of this year's parade, including the much anticipated and favorite trooping of the band, with the excellent displays of the drum major, Constable McLean. And also this year we will have a display by the Coast Guard unit and the Special Services unit. We're about to witness the arrival of the Honorable Prime Minister. The Prime Minister will receive a general salute on his arrival. He will be met by the Commissioner of Police. Also, as part of the assignments, we have the cannon party, which is under the command of Sergeant Patrick Roberts. In preparation for the arrival, the parade commander will call the parade to the shore. A general salute, present arms. As the band will play the accompanying musical piece. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give another warm welcome to the Prime Minister, Honorable Dickon Mitchell, to this his first official appearance at the Independence Parade in his capacity as Prime Minister. And ladies and gentlemen, we will soon witness the arrival of the Governor General. We can already hear the sirens in the background. Of course, the Governor General will be given a royal salute. While the band plays the national anthem of Grenada. We must count our blessings this morning, as the rain has somewhat disappeared after witnessing a very rainy We received our showers of blessings this morning, and now the sun is out in its glory, so we can proceed with this year's parade. The escorts have already entered the parade ground.
Parade!
Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to please stand as we welcome the Governor General of Grenada, Her Excellency Dame Cecile La Grenade. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Royal salute! Present arms!
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have your seats.
Good morning, Your Excellency. I am Superintendent Holly Anthony George. It is my honor to report that the military parade prepared
mark the 49th Independence Anniversary celebrations of Grenada is duly constituted and formed. The parade consists of 6 armed units and 3 unarmed units. Of these 6 armed units, 4 are drawn from the Royal Grenada Police Force, 1 from Her Majesty's Prison and 1 from the Grenada Cadet Corps. The 3 unarmed units are drawn from various movements and organizations. The parade armed units are dressed in open order at the order, while the unarmed units are dressed in 3 ranks. The parade respectfully awaits the pleasure of your inspection. Your Excellency, I invite you now to inspect the parade at your pleasure.
The parade commander has just reported the parade to Her Excellency and also invited her to inspect the parade. The inspecting party, Her Excellency, the Governor General, the Commissioner of Police, the Parade Commander, the Acting Assistant Commissioner responsible for administration, and the Governor General's aide-de-camp. It is a tradition for military parades that the most senior official on parade is afforded the opportunity to inspect the platoons on parade. The Governor General will inspect the front rank of the various platoons. She may stop to interact with individual officers, ask questions, or make comments. Following the inspection, Her Excellency will return to the saluting dais, and the parade commander will seek her consent to continue with the parade. To let you know a little more about our parade commander this morning, Superintendent Holly Anthony George. He is currently the commander of the Central Division of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Superintendent George hails from Victoria in St. Mark. He was enlisted in the Royal Grenada Police Force at the age of 18 in 1984. He has undergone a significant amount of training, both locally and abroad. Those include, in 1985, the Basic Special Services Unit training, Advanced Special Services Unit training in 1986, Combat Radio Repair and Communication at Fort Gordon in the USA in 1990. He was the honor graduate of the Regional Security Systems RSS Basic Infantry Training in 1993. He completed drill instructor training in September 1993, leadership training in October 1993, protective security training in 1996, Senior Security Managers International, Regional Security System Staff and Command Course 2013, Leadership Development, April 2014, Professional Standards, May 2015, RSS Strategic Executive Leadership Management Course in May of 2021. Superintendent George has been posted to several departments and stations within the IGPF, and those include 1984 to 93, the Special Services Unit, 1993 to 2002, he became an instructor at the Police Training School. From 2002 to 2011, he was assigned to the Immigration and Passport Department. He joined the Central Liaison Office of the Regional Security System Headquarters on August 22nd, 2011 as the Assistant Staff Officer for a period of 2 years. He returned to the IGPF and again was assigned to the Immigration and Passport Department from 2013 to 2014. He served as the inspector in charge of Goa Police Station for a period of 6 months, and in February 2016, he was assigned chief instructor of the Police Training School. In December of that same year, he was promoted to assistant superintendent and assigned the position of commandant of the Police Training School in March 2018. On September 2nd, 2021, he was again promoted, this time to the rank of superintendent. And as recent as January 30th this year, he was appointed or assigned commander of the Central Division of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Superintendent Holly George, your parade commander. If you pay attention, you'll notice the precision in his drills. He has also been a drill instructor at the Police Training School for a significant number of years.
Your Excellency, I seek your permission and approval to the band, the march past, and the drill display. Thank you.
We're about to witness the trooping of the band.
Hide! Bands and drums! Stand at east! Bands and drums! Troop!
And ladies and gentlemen, one of the moments that you have been waiting for, the trooping of the band and the display by the drum major. So you have just witnessed, ladies and gentlemen, a heart formed by the members of the band, signifying their love for music and for their country, our country. Ladies and gentlemen, let's show some love to the Royal Grenada Police Force Band. As we all know, the best playing band in the land.
Parade! Attention! Forming 3 ranks from 2 ranks, from 3 ranks. Dressing in 3 ranks. Right, dress.
We're about to witness the march past, first in slow time, followed by a break into quick time.
I must first the parade in slow and quick time by platoons in succession. Number 1 platoon leading. Shoulder arms. Move to the right in 3s. Right 10. Marching by the left. Slow march.
You have just witnessed, ladies and gentlemen, the break into quick time from slow time. And as the armed units march past in quick time, they will be joined by the unarmed units.
The parade will advance. Left 10. Order arms. Standard. This. Parade! As for continuity drill, red, shun! Remember, standard, please!
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness the drill display, which will be put on by the Coast Guard unit and the Special Services unit. This display signifies a salute to the nation.
We making a toast from over there. National Stadium. Hear me now. Raise your glasses up to the sky. If you feel to cry, you could cry. Everybody have a bit of time. Sometime all it takes is one line. With couple real friends by your side. Man, the energy have to ride. Shed some weight, watch you take flight. Everything will be a run, go tell them. Go tell them. Run, go tell them. Somebody tell them from a please, yeah. Run, go tell them. Go tell them. Stop, do heal, go please, more speed. Remember enjoyment over stressing. Do stop. I'm not. Nothing I can control. I put in out that door. Lift your glass. Raise your rifles up to the sky. If you feel to cry, you could cry. Everybody have bit of time. Sometime all it takes is one line. With couple real friends by your side. Man, the energy have to ride. Shed some weight, watch you take flight. Everything will be your run, go tell them. Go tell them. All you run, go tell them. Somebody tell them for me, please, yeah. Run, go tell them. Go tell them. All you free up, free up, free up, free up. Free up yourself. Enjoy. All you come to drill, oh Lord. Like a ticking timepiece, each and have its purpose. But for now, take a toast, man, we don't know us. Everybody, way up. Raise your glasses up to the sky. If you feel to cry, you could cry. Everybody have the tough time. Sometime all it takes is one line. With couple real friends by your side. Mind the energy, have the right. Shed some weight, watch you take flight. Everything will be alright. Go tell them. Go tell them. All you run, go tell them. Somebody tell them, mama, please, yeah. Run, go tell them. Run, go tell them. SSU and Coast Guard. Raise your rifle up to the sky. Point them high. Everybody in the crowd, wave your rock, wave your colors, wave your colors. Wave your colors. Wave your colors. 1, 2, 1, 2. Tell them for me. Tell them for me, please. Tell them. I'm great, I'm great. Somebody tell them for me, please, yeah. I'm great, I'm great, I'm great. Somebody tell them for me. Somebody tell them for me, please, yeah. Creator, I'm greater. All the fun done. Back to the serious business.
Securing of the nation, ladies and gentlemen. You have witnessed a drill display depicting the securing of the nation and also a salute to the nation, which was put on by the Special Services Unit and the Coast Guard Unit, the 2 units of the Royal Grenada Police Force primarily responsible for border security. We've also witnessed a performance by Constable Shondell Amede. You know him as Dash. Give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen.
SSU and Coast Guard. Greater.
Parade! Standard is parade ration. Shoulder arms. The parade will advance in review order. Border center. Quick bar.
The parade has just advanced in review order in preparation for the salute to the nation. And as part of this special ceremony, you will witness the hoisting of the #1 state flag, which signifies the oneness of our nation, while all other flags will be lowered.
Royal salute, present arms.
Please beware of some loud blasts. Three cheers to the nation. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Replace address. All right, stand it. Yes. At this point, we will have the prayer of dedication.
Let's pray. Sovereign maker and sustainer of the universe, let your name be magnified and let every other god fall prostrate to your divinity. We stand ever conscious of your divine presence and humbly submit to your lordship. Awesome God, we aspire to build by your divine grace, fortitude, and empowerment. With a reflective disposition, we denounce our sin of rebellion and wickedness. We demolish altars of demonic influence and diabolic activity. Forgive us and heal our land and our people from the impact of violence, bloodshed, crime, and power struggles that are devaluing to our human dignity. Rid us of selfish ambition, jealousy, and actions void of love, compassion, and consideration for others. Deliver our people from recklessness marked with drunkenness, addictive behavior, and life-controlling problems. Deliver us from embracing diverse sexual orientations and ideologies which deviates from the moral framework of biblical principles and teaching. Save us from the negative influence of social media and the internet that's threatening our moral fabric and wellness and overall livelihood. Restore the sacred institution of marriage, dysfunctional families, broken homes, permeated with hostility, delinquent children who disregard authority. We speak that dangerous communities and lawless villages be transformed to places of tranquility and environments of positive influence for the next generation. Father, we pray that dishonesty, greed, abuse, and misuse of personhood and indiscriminate treatment of individuals be replaced with honesty, equity, generosity, and empowerment. Let us value and respect each other, regardless of race, ethnicity, and religious status. Break the power of corruption present at all levels of authority, especially in key institutions which serve our people. Bless our land and people. Give us the wisdom and fortitude as we aspire to build and advance as a collective unity. Bless our leaders. Inspire them to govern in righteousness, justice, integrity, and godly fear. Bless our church community as we advance your kingdom agenda in the earth realm. Bless our institutions of learning as they mentor more lives to make meaningful contribution to our humanity. Minister to the needs of health providers and all medical facilities island-wide. Father, help law enforcement agencies and other service providers steady their hands, strengthen their feet, and cause their humanitarian efforts to be successful. I dedicate this dear land with its abundant resources and wealth, prosperity, and peace. We embrace holistic development for our future. Inspire us with creative ideas, innovative power, faith, courage in this season of transition. We thank and honor you, Lord, for your many favors. In your mighty name, Jesus, your redemptive blood, and your liberating word. Amen.
Parade! Ration! Shoulder! Arms! Royal salute! Present arms!
Them.
Standard! This!
Please stand, ladies and gentlemen, as we witness the departure of Her Excellency, the Governor General. Thank you very much. You may be seated. The Governor General will be followed by the Honorable Prime Minister.
General salute, present arms.
Let's show appreciation for the Honorable Prime Minister as he departs. And the Prime Minister will be followed by the Commissioner of Police.
Standard is. Parade! Creation!
Ladies and gentlemen, let's also show our appreciation for the Commissioner of Police as he departs the parade ground. Following the Commissioner's departure, the parade commander will hand the parade over to the adjutant.
Parade! Creation! Adjutant!
The commander will take his position on the saluting dais as he receives the final salute of today's military parade.
They come out.
You've just witnessed the right turn in preparation for the final march past and march off. Let's give it up for the platoons as they march off the parade grounds, ladies and gentlemen. As the final platoon marches off, a thank you to everyone who came out this morning to witness the military parade marking Grenada's 49th anniversary of independence. We take this opportunity to wish you a wonderful Independence Day.
So we're still live down here at the Grenada James Athletic Stadium, bringing you coverage of the 49th anniversary of Grenada's independence. And what a wonderful parade it has been. We have been your gracious host, Assistant Superintendent Douglas, and myself, Sylvan McIntyre. Douglas, what's your final comment on the parade that we witnessed here today? And I'm sure you will have comments on the drill display and the competitors for the Commissioner's coveted award trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to say special thanks to the Royal Grenada Police Force and all our uniformed groups. What a wonderful display. This is 49. Stay tuned. We have lots more in store.
One more thing. Where is it?
Many, many years ago, sweet Grenada got its independence in 1974. It was gained by Eric Matthew Gary. He was called the father of independence.
Administrative issues that we were trying to sort out down here at the National Stadium. We would like to bring you the result of the drill display by those who paraded here for you for the 49th anniversary of Grenada's independence. Mr. Douglas has the information. He will be bringing it to you momentarily. And I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, you have your own impression. You have done the judging yourself. And we are happy to bring you the official results from down here at the Grenada James Athletic Stadium. Over to you, Mr. Douglas.
Yes. But ladies and gentlemen, we do have the results of the drilling competition. The drill competition. And we go straight into it. In third place, the female platoon of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Give it up for them. In second place, the male platoon of the RGPF. And the winner of this year's drill competition is Her Majesty's Prisons. Give it up for Her Majesty's Prisons. I'm sorry, His Majesty's Prisons, winner of this year's drill competition. We say thank you to our three esteemed judges,
Mr. Cheryl Dean, Warrant Officer, RSS Headquarters, Mr. Dunbar Belfon, Retired Superintendent of Police, and Mr. Doyle Stanislaus, Retired Assistant Superintendent of Police. Thank you very much.
So once again, from all of us down here at the Kiwana James Athletic Stadium, we would want to express our profound gratitude for all of you who have been viewing, listening, and following the military parade in commemoration of Grenada's 49th anniversary of independence. So from us here, ASP Douglas and myself, we say thank you as we hand over to the remainder of the proceeding down here at the National Stadium.
You can visit the Grandans, have bathing picnics and romance. You can relax on the sand and get a beautiful suntan. We are from Grenada, if you please, the Spice Island of the West Indies. We are happy, peaceful and gay, beautiful, healthy in everywhere, and the warm sunshine every day. Our sea water is crystal clear, and so it is all through the year. Coconut palms and grape trees line the shore, will make you feel at home once more. Fishing is a lovely sport, you can go in an open boat, spend your vacation happily, tell your tales to friends and family. We are from Grenada, if you please, happy, peaceful and gay, beautiful, healthy in everywhere, and the warm sunshine every day. In the Caribbean there's an island, found and set aside by nature's plan. It's so beautiful to see, really? Spice Island of the West, lovely. And in the West Indies I say Grenada please. Overwhelmingly glad we are to be of our country. Foreigners have recommended it highly. Hand in hand for a better land of people who can understand that's business right out of darkness. Speaking of the land, there's much to mention as to the way we live and cope with tradition. We have no segregation here. That's right. Harmony is all we care. All right. This is land of class. I say we're unsurpassed. Overwhelmingly glad we are to be of our country. Foreigners have recommended it highly. Hand in hand for a better land of people who can understand that that's business right out of darkness. Other places we have problems, but when they come we help to solve them, internally or otherwise, whichever way we think is wise. Oh sweet Spice Land, good natured Grenadians, overwhelmingly glad we are to be of our country. Foreigners have recommended it highly, hand in hand for a better land of people can understand that that's business right out of darkness. Through the years as we march on for progress, hoping everyone will do his best. It is the only way we can to build the morals of this land, so that we can show we are slow but sure. Overwhelmingly glad we are to be of our country.